Good morning. Welcome to Lalana's Crochet. I'm Lalana, and as you can probably tell, I'm still sick. To all of those who are new, I was sick last time I did a video. I did take a day off because I couldn't hang. I pretty much stayed in my bed and did not move all day long. I didn't even crochet. I had nothing to do with yarn. I didn't watch TV. I didn't even listen to I always have an audiobook playing. I didn't do that either. And my neighbor, the one with the little black dog neighbor, yeah, she brought over a bunch of medicine. Armful of medicine for me. She thought I might need some because I sounded so terrible and didn't get up, and yeah, she came over and I didn't move. So I thought I'd just sit and chill a bit. I have this leftover yarn because I was making something, I can't remember, and I got to the end and this wasn't enough to make another row, so I hacked it off and went, okay, I'll show everybody how I tie my ends together. I do this on my blankets too, just because this is how I do it, but I'm tying them to my ball. my ball is getting big. Did you know that there's a song called Big Balls? I cracked up. I don't know why I never heard it, because I mean, I'm Gen X. I should have heard it by now. I don't know why. Maybe because it was on the record, like the tape, and I just had the radio. So, and I didn't buy that kind of thing when I was a teenager. So, but my husband has it. He found it on whatever platform he listens to, and yeah. I was like, really? Okay, so what I do is I tie my yarn to itself, and all of you experienced yarn artists, fiber artists probably know this trick, but you take the one you're tying it to, and you're kind of wrapping your loose yarn around it and tying it in a knot around your ball where you want it to, where you're attaching it to. So like this. See how I've got it tied around the red string, because the red string is already attached and my blue string isn't. Well, I mean, it is now. And then I take my blue string and I do the same thing. I tie the red yarn in a knot around itself, around my blue. See how my blue yarn is going through the red? I just tie a little knot there around itself, make sure it's tight, and then I grab one color in each hand and pull, and then I have this tidy little knot here, and you can clip as close as you can to the knot, and that won't come out. I haven't had it come out yet. What did I do with it? Oh, there's my scissors, because I was ready. It wasn't in where I normally keep them, because I was ready. I was ready for you guys. Yeah, hopefully I will be better by Tuesday. I missed a week of work like 2 weeks ago for the same thing. I don't understand it. So, and then I'm just gonna wind. Soon, I was thinking soon my ball's gonna be too big for my bag. My random, might have to get a different vessel. It's already almost too big for my hand, because my hands I have small hands. I got my cats. You can see him in the background. It's a little bird. I got it off of Temu. It was like $2 because I had credit. So I'm like, oh, well, I'll get it for the cats, right? And when the thing bounces up and down, it has a little shaker in there that squeaks. so it sounds like a little bird tweeting. They are I tied it to the chain on the ceiling fan, which I'm not sure that was a good idea because the ceiling fan's been on and off like several times now. But they are having a ball. And my male cat, he just jumped right on it, whereas my female cat she let him play with it at first. She didn't bother him. And then all of a sudden she was over there and she had it stretched from right there all the way behind this chair and it snapped back. Like, oh my god. So she caught it, was taking off with it. It was gonna be dinner, I guess. It's just a little stuffed bird shape with a couple of feathers on it, fake feathers. Oh yeah, see, that's her chasing it now. Yeah, they're loving that thing. That was a smart idea for Granny. Yep. They call me Granny because my stepsons brought my cats inside. They were in one of the wrecked vehicles out there. Well, not wrecked. My husband's a mechanic, so we have a lot of parts, cars or trucks out there. And one of them, and he's such a softie, he saved it. He took the transmission out, and the engine was already out, so he took the transmission out so that there was a hole in the front of this van and left the seats in so that the cats outside could have a place to live. So yeah, because we have a lot of land and barn and stuff like that, and we have a lot of feral cats out there, thank goodness. I mean, they come and go, but for survival of the fittest out here on the farm. And at least on the outside. On the inside, see, these cats, my stepson's girlfriend brought them in because she heard him crying in one of the cars. So they went over to check him out, and William was like, no, don't touch it, let him, the mom will come back. And then he saw in the dash, he saw a little paw come out of one of the vents, a little orange paw. So he tore the dash apart to get the kitten out because he didn't want the kitten to die in there. So then now we had all these kittens inside because she was like, oh, we can't leave them out there now. You've touched them and the cat mom's not going to come back. And so we had 3 kittens. One sadly passed away. It said it was something, fading kitten syndrome or something, that said that some kittens get it, especially feral ones. So that's what we figure happened to that one. But we have these 2 still. And now they're Granny's cats because Granny fed them since they were like 3 days old and took care of them and trained them and loved them, and I love them. We're not getting rid of the cats. Although sometimes I do threaten them with the barn if they don't stop some of their shenanigans, because that's how they are. Oh. I have a couple of things. I have 3 empty project bags. I finished the fluffy cowl that I showed you guys before. My husband was like, that's yarn? Yes, honey, it's yarn. Now it's a cowl. So I finished that. I don't have it right here with me. I'm not gonna get up. And I have all this ribbon, Christmas ribbon, scarfy stuff. I'm gonna make a couple of these, and I think I'll send them to Missy and see if she can give them away. She's not gonna want them. Well, I mean, she might. That's fine. If she wants it, that's fine. If not, she can give it away. But it needs to be where people, because I don't know people that dress like, well, maybe I do. So, and because this is just but it needs to be all untangled, and yeah, I need to figure it out. And then I took on a challenge with my Aunt Denise. So if she's watching, guess what? I now have 2 rows. My biggest problem is keeping it all on the needle. And there's two ways of, you know how there's two ways of crochet, like there's the knife hold and then there's the pencil hold like I do. There's two ways of knitting. There's continental, and then there's, oh crap, I can't remember. Is it English and continental, or is it, I don't know. But I like the one where I hold my yarn. I don't throw the yarn. That's the one where you hold the yarn in this hand and you pull the yarn around like that. I like to do this way, like when I crochet, and it's easier, I think, because I'm so used to holding the yarn with this hand, with my left hand, that it's easier for me to work with the yarn. Because when I was doing it before, I think I don't know, I felt it felt too much doing this all the time. And with this, I just go underneath. I'm very, very slow. I need a lot of practice. And I just barely move my finger. I know you guys can't see, watch. And I see, because I have my thing there. And I barely move my finger. And I'm like scooping up the yarn and tucking it under and then pulling it off. And I think this is easier for me than the other way. But this yarn is actually kind of splitty. I bought it special, thinking, oh well, I'll figure this out somehow, and I can eventually make a scarf with it. So next year, I'll have a knitted scarf probably. Yeah, we'll see. We'll keep updated on this. So, cause see how I have a hard time getting it off the end there, cause I'm afraid of stretching the yarn. I think, I don't know. I was watching It's Raining Yarn last night, and I was watching him knit, Russ, and he's fast. And I was like, let me just get, so I made his screen bigger, made my screen bigger. I had my phone like this far from my face. I had my bifocals, and I'm looking through my bifocals like this far, and I'm like, oh, look how he's doing that. I need to try that. What is that called? So I started digging around on the interwebs there and the YouTube streets, and I was like, okay, I need to find, because I think Juan the Yarn Addict, he started knitting like a year ago or so, and I think he's a thrower. So, cause look, I've got it makes so pretty. It's so pretty. And my cousin, when she was learning how to knit, she was like, oh, I can't figure out the crochet because there's so many stitches. And yesterday Juan got a book, said 400 knitting stitches. Like, what? 400? 400? Holy mackerel. I was like, haha, Lindsay, you thought. You thought you were getting away with a knit and a purl. That tickled me. So, in case you can't tell. But see how I get, and then yeah, because when I first started, I couldn't even keep them on. When I would pull it off of I would get it transferred over, and then when I would pull it off the left one, all of them would come off. Yeah, so I struggled. Definitely struggled. Oh my god, I was laughing to myself. I was like, this is gonna take more practice. I mean, I didn't expect to just pick it up like that by any means, but I'm like, oh my, this is gonna take me much longer than I thought. So yes, that's where I am. And it comes like this. Comes in this ribbon. I know a lot of people know this stuff, but a lot of people don't. And if you're new to my channel, this was given to me. My friend, I have my best friend in Tucson. She's my personal shopper. And she found a bunch of yarn at Goodwill. She only wears name brand, and she will not pay full price for anything. She refuses, and I don't blame her. She only shops at thrift stores. So, and it's her favorite pastime. It keeps her calm. So I'm like, do what you gotta do, lady. Here, can you find this for me? So she does. If I need something, I'll ask her and she'll find it eventually. You know, I mean, I never expect it right away. But so she found this yarn, and we got together and traded. Well, she gave it to me. And this was one of there was like 6 or 7 of these. So I was like, you know what I'll do? I'll stick them together, a couple of them. And now I'm thinking I might, because this is long enough. How long is it? Probably 3, 6. So it's at least 6.5 feet long. I might do like a turn and go the other way back down so it's a little thicker, because this is kind of flimsy, like it's thin. I mean, it's festive, but if I'm sending it to Missy, she lives in Idaho where they have real weather, not like here where, you know, in winter the most you need is a hoodie. So I mean, you know, we have winter jackets and winter coats and things that you wear from the house to the car and the car to the building. But because if you work in a building or a hospital, you wear long sleeves because it's cold inside, not because it's cold outside. That's my dryer. I will figure it out. Because see, you have this end here. Let me pull this out. How is that like that? Well, here we go. Whoa, what am I doing? I'm not sure what happened here. But, oh, there's 2 of them together. Maybe that's... because you just take and you spread this apart, and every so often you hook it. I think I was doing every other one. Yeah, that's what it looks like, every other, because this was a while ago and I set it aside because I live in Arizona. We don't do scarves. I mean, people do, because it's a fashion thing, or, you know, festive. But we just don't. We don't. I mean, I don't. Nobody I know does. I used to, like, I would have it on my winter coat, my jacket, and I wore it from the house to the car and the car to the building. Especially if you work inside. I mean, you know, I was a teacher, teacher's aide, and I'd wear it when we go outside and such. So I'll have to see how that's gonna work out, and we'll set this aside. I want to put a stitch marker there, but I don't think a stitch marker is gonna hold this. Let me see. I have a hair thing. I'm gonna put my little hair clippy there. Okay. I also went through my yarn today. Well, kind of. And I kind of organized it because I realized I have all these skeins, and I don't realize because they're not together, like they're not color, like they're just all mixed up. So I was like, I can't really see what I've got. So I was like, I'm gonna find out. I need to go in there and see what colors I need so that when I go to town, because I'm gonna take a page out of Juan's book and slowly replace colors I'm using instead of trying to just buy for just the projects I'm working on at that time. Because there are things I'll get, like wild hair, and I'm like, oh, I wish I had yarn for XYZ. And because right now the projects that I have planned, that's what I have yarn for. I mean, I do have extra, of course, we all have extra yarn in our stash. If you have a stash, there's extra yarn. But because like if you make a blanket and you're planning on a certain amount of yards for the blanket, you always, okay, I don't know if you do, but you should buy extra, because what if your tension is too looser than whoever wrote the pattern, or or theirs is looser and you don't get enough stitches in and you need an extra and you're out of that dye lot, it'll be a different color. Like my mother-in-law learned that. She learned that because she made my husband a blanket. It was gonna be California king size. I don't know why, probably because that's the size of our bed. All double crochets. And I'm telling you, I made a blanket that size for my son. It took 8 months, maybe 10 months, because I did put it aside for a week at a time, because you just get it, and then it's heavy and you just need a break. So I'm gonna take my glasses off, I'm getting a headache. And she did that whole blanket. Well, she stopped at like half size, because she even made it so where it would drape over the side, which is admirable, and I completely appreciate it. But she didn't get enough yarn. So she finished half of it and then just put a border around it and said, okay, I'm done. But you can see when the blanket is on the back of my couch and it's a certain way, you can totally see where the dye lot changed. Like, oh yeah, she said, she told me, she's like, yeah, you can tell. I'm like, hey, yep, you can tell. I didn't think it was gonna be that bad, because it's a sage green. I mean, how bad? My question is, if they use the same recipe all the time, why would the dye lot, why would it matter? Why would the color change that much between dye lots if it's always the same recipe? Why would you be switching your recipe up for your colors? I'm not a dyer. Maybe that's a question I need to ask a dyer. That's a question. I'm gonna find a dyer and I'm gonna ask him. So this week I'll be getting all my pumpkins put away. I'm slowly putting it, well, because I'm sick. I'm slowly getting all the fall things put up, and my daughter and my son, at least one of them, they're gonna come over this week. My son's birthday, he's gonna be 27, my middle child, tomorrow, and Wednesday he's coming down. He's gonna be with his dad Tuesday, he'll be with me on Wednesday. We're gonna have dinner and we're gonna put up some Christmas stuff. So hopefully, like, we'll put up my husband's like, yeah, just put up the tree, we'll do something different with my boys. I'm like, okay. I mean, I feel bad. He has terrible empty nest syndrome. Both of his boys are now 18 and over. Both out of the house, graduated, moved on in their lives. So he's struggling this year for Christmas. But we'll figure it out. We'll get through it. I refuse. I have done Christmas all these years. I'm gonna make it special anyway, regardless of what's happening. Even when I lived by myself, I still did a little tree. I still had little presents. I still made cookies. So, and I have a grandson now. He's only 20 months old, and he doesn't really get Christmas yet, of course. But this is when it starts. This is when I started with my kids. My son is starting, my oldest, that's who's had my grandson. He's starting with his little family, and they're doing their little thing. They went to the parade yesterday in Sierra Vista. It's a nighttime parade, and it's everybody, it's all lit up, so it was pretty cold. Yeah, see, she's a little more daring with that thing than he is. But, so they're starting their family. I bought a little advent calendar with the chocolates because I didn't want to get it too involved. I mean, he's not even 2. So, but it's time for them to start their family traditions so they get into the routine of doing family stuff, family things with their family. And I'm very excited for all that to start. I did order him a Christmas present. I hope it comes in time. I don't have any tracking or anything yet. I'm a little nervous about it. But, I mean, he's not going to notice if it's not there on Christmas anyway. But, at least this year. So I need to start being careful. I still never took it. This is my coffee. I love this. It's Mrs. Always Right. And then I figured I would start on my granny squares. I just have my knitting in this basket too. With this extra yarn from making my son's blunt blanket. I had a little extra. So I'm gonna, see I pulled some out of here and some out of this one, and this one never came out, but they're pretty colors, so I'm gonna make some. I have granny squares I want to make, and I have willow squares, because I have a bunch of willows, not a bunch, I have like 12 willow squares, but I would like to get enough to make a decent sized blanket. I'm also going to call around and see if there's somewhere local that I can donate blankets to if I'm going to be making a bunch of blankets. I have one on the hook right now, my messed up blanket, my mile a minute mess up, that I'm figuring out still. It makes me mad, so I don't work on it every day. And then I'll be like, oh, okay, well, I can work on it, and I'll go back to it and I'll work on it for a little while, and then I'll put it up again. And then so yeah, I'm finding things to put on my hook. My diamond blanket, I measured it out again yesterday. I laid it all out on my bed. I had very little energy yesterday. I did crochet a bit in the evening once all the meds kicked in and I finally felt better and ate something. I have one diamond left to make. One. And I'll probably be able to get that done today sometime, since I have a little more energy. But I've got one more diamond, and then, because they're diamonds, and I have 6 of the short, like half diamonds to make. I have 2, because the way it lays out, I have 2 lengthwise ones so that it'll be square around, and then I have 4 corners, and then that one I will just have to stick them together. And I think I'm gonna do a single crochet join, because the way she did it, Olga Poltava, the way she did it, she just did an invisible join, and she ended up having to undo one end of the sides of her diamond, and I'm like, come on. So I'm not gonna want to do that. So I'm like, maybe if I do a single crochet join, there'll be more space in between, and I can get, I won't have to take any apart. We'll see. We'll see. So that's all for now. I also got this cool book here. I'm putting in I found it in the linen closet of all places. But it's just an empty journal. It's just an empty journal. And I was like, you know what I'll do is I'll put my project notes in here to save for the blankets that I make. So I know, cause see like what I made and how I planned it out. Yeah, cause yeah, there's one thing in there right now. We'll see how it works. I mean, it's a nice little journal. I don't know where it came from. It's probably one of Ron's boys got it somewhere for something and never used it. Oh no, it's coming apart. Oh darn it. Good thing I'm crafty. I probably got something I can stick it together with. So, that's it. I may come back on a little later. I love watching everybody's Vlogmas and stuff, open the advent calendars. I will not ever do that. I don't need small bits of yarn every day. I mean, it's fun. And I think it's a great idea. I don't want to do that. But if you do, videotape yourself and post it because I think it's so cool. It's interesting. I love watching it. I just, for myself, it's not a thing. So, alrighty. I hope everybody's having a good day. Hit like, subscribe because it's free. And Merry Christmas. Hopefully one of these times I'm gonna make a video and have some Christmas explosions in the background. Alright, thank you. Bye.